Every year, millions of people jump into starting a business. You know the type. They open trendy cafes, clothing brands, or flashy restaurants. But flash forward 5 years, and most have either shut down completely or the owner's just trapped, working day and night. But here's the thing. Hidden right in plain sight, there's this invisible economy. People running businesses you have literally never heard of, making absolutely staggering amounts of money. They aren't on reality TV pitching to investors, they definitely aren't posting motivational reels on Instagram, and they are not posing next to rented Lamborghinis. No. But every single month, massive amounts of money roll right into their accounts. And honestly, the most shocking part? Their businesses are so incredibly boring that if I just listed them out right now, you'd probably completely ignore them. But in the business world, there is a golden rule. The businesses that people ignore are often the exact ones that make the most money. Less glamour means less competition, right? So today, in this explainer, we're taking a deep, documentary-style look into how a properly built system in a boring industry can generate true recurring wealth for years to come. To really grasp this paradigm shift, let's look at two guys, Karan and Mahesh. Imagine they both start out with a capital of 15 lakh rupees. Now, Karan wants a business that makes people say, wow. So he opens a premium cafe. He pours money into interior design, imported coffee machines, fancy lighting, and you guessed it, a highly photogenic Instagram wall. On opening day, it's a huge hit. There's a massive crowd, reels are being shot left and right, everyone is super impressed. Mahesh, on the other hand, well, he starts a business that makes people ask, wait, is that even a business? There's no ribbon cutting, zero social media posts, just a tiny office, 3 employees, and some contracts. Now, let's fast forward 3 years. Karan? He is completely trapped, constantly chasing daily sales just to keep the lights on. But Mahesh? He built a boring B2B service. Now his phone just buzzes, payment received. He locks the screen and gets right back to his holiday in Goa. The true difference here absolutely wasn't money or talent. It was their business model. Okay, so let's jump straight into part 1, the contract kings, and see how this builds a foundation of completely stress-free income. We're talking about businesses like commercial cleaning, pest control, and commercial laundry. I know they definitely aren't glamorous, but they are essential infrastructure. Think about it for a second. When you walk into an IT park or a massive mall at 8 a.m., the floors are shining, the washrooms are spotless, the dustbins are empty. Who did that? And more importantly, who pays them? Offices, hospitals, and factories, they need daily cleaning. It's not some luxury. It's a strict requirement that survives economic slowdowns. Then you have pest control. Imagine a restaurant owner at 10 p.m. spotting a cockroach in the kitchen, right before health inspectors visit the next day. That one little bug could literally cost millions in losses. The urgency is massive, so they aren't going to bargain. They buy immediate solutions. And consider commercial laundry for 5-star hotels and hospitals. If a hotel's bed sheets aren't clean, they can't sell the rooms. If a hospital's sheets aren't sanitized and ready, critical operations get delayed. It is pure infrastructure. And the absolute magic here. These clients sign long-term, annual recurring contracts rather than just making one-off purchases. Once a hospital signs a 2-year contract, boom, your income is booked. And this brilliantly illustrates the mindset of these successful owners. You see, customers don't actually pay for cleaning, they pay for peace of mind. You aren't selling manual labor, you are selling reliability. In these B2B models, the owners aren't the ones actually holding the mop or spraying for bugs. Their actual job is to bring in the clients, build the systems, and maintain the quality. A customer paying for a commercial cleaning contract isn't sitting there nitpicking the cost of soap. They are paying to know that every single morning, without fail, their office is going to be pristine. Reliability is hands down the most expensive product in business. And once you provide it, you lock in incredibly high referral rates. You genuinely solve a hotel's pest problem, and they won't just renew their contract with you, they'll recommend you to their entire industry network. Moving on to section 2, the automated assets, where we look at using machines as your 24/7 unpaid sales team. In this space, there is one golden rule. A product can be copied, but a location cannot. For businesses involving vending machines and RO water ATMs, smart entrepreneurs know a little secret. They aren't really buying a machine, they are securing highly valuable real estate. Seriously, think about it. 10 years ago, selling goods without a physical shop seemed kind of laughable. Today, vending machines are absolutely everywhere. Airports, metro stations, corporate offices. Let's say you have an IT company with 1,500 employees. If each person spends just 50 rupees a day on a snack or a coffee, your turnover is huge. And the best part? That machine never asks for a raise, never takes a Sunday off, and never complains. It's the same thing with RO water ATMs. They provide a universal, non-negotiable human need. Tech and AI are going to change the world, sure, but humans are always going to need safe drinking water. But keep in mind, a machine sitting in an empty corner makes absolutely nothing. A machine placed outside a bustling hospital or a busy transit hub, that can completely change your bank balance in a single month. This brings us to the equipment rental model, which perfectly captures the concept of access over ownership. It basically means customers pay to temporarily use an expensive asset rather than buying it outright. Let's say a construction builder needs a concrete cutter, but only for 10 days. They have two choices here. They can buy the machine for 3 lakh rupees, or they can pay just 8,000 rupees to rent it. I mean, obviously they choose to rent, right? This is the exact same principle that powers massive companies like Netflix and Uber, but we're applying it to physical infrastructure. A contractor knows that owning machines doesn't finish projects. Actually doing the work is what gets them paid. For the rental business owner, this creates an amazing scenario. You buy an asset once, it covers its own cost relatively quickly, and from then on it generates near pure profit repeatedly over its entire lifespan. It's brilliant. Next up, we have Section 3, the digital multiplier, focusing on micro SaaS, because nothing out there scales quite like software. Just take a quick look at your smartphone. I can almost guarantee you have at least 15 applications on there right now that you're paying for either directly or indirectly every single month. The big names out there, Netflix, Spotify, ChatGPT, they all love one thing above absolutely anything else, your monthly payment. But this model isn't just reserved for the massive tech giants in Silicon Valley. It's being used every day on a micro level to build some serious, massive wealth. Enter micro SaaS, or software as a service. This is all about finding one highly specific, really boring problem and just building a simple software solution for it. Imagine a local gym owner who is pulling their hair out trying to track member attendance and manually send out renewal reminders. Or maybe a small dental clinic trying to manage their daily appointments on a messy whiteboard. These business owners do not care about flashy tech innovation. They just want relief. If your software can turn their frustrating 1-hour daily chore into a 10-minute breeze, they will gladly hand over a monthly subscription fee. And this is the absolute magic of software. You build it once and you can sell it 10,000 times. You don't have to build a new factory, you don't need a massive warehouse, and you don't have to manage physical inventory. By solving just one boring problem for businesses, you can scale indefinitely. And that right there is exactly why software businesses boast some of the highest profit margins in the entire world. So we've seen annual cleaning contracts, 24/7 vending machines, construction equipment rentals, and problem-solving software. On the surface, they all look completely different, right? Some use human employees, some use machines, some use lines of code. But what is the absolute #1 business secret tying every single one of them together? Well, here is the twist. The ultimate business isn't a specific industry at all. It's a fundamental principle. It's a universal law that completely separates your average struggling entrepreneurs from the millionaires. The secret sauce is recurring revenue. This is a model where a customer commits to regular, automatic payments for an ongoing service. Let's do a really simple comparison. If you sell a product once for 10,000 rupees, what happens the very next day? You have to wake up and start marketing all over again from scratch. You have to hunt down a new customer, negotiate, close the sale, deliver the product. If you ever stop hunting, your income just stops dead. But with recurring revenue, you just focus on providing great service. A customer signs a contract or a subscription, and that payment just comes in automatically, month after month. You don't have to exhaust yourself convincing them to buy again. You just have to keep them happy. Honestly, almost every highly successful business you interact with, from your local gym membership to your home internet connection, utilizes some form of recurring revenue. It's a total game changer. This table right here perfectly captures the stark difference in how the wealthy actually choose their ventures. A lot of people think wealthy entrepreneurs do these entirely different, crazy complex businesses, but the reality, they just evaluate them differently. Your average business owner chases excitement and flash-in-the-pan trends, which usually just results in a lifestyle of constant, exhausting hustle. But the wealthy? They focus purely on cash flow and building unshakable systems. They don't want one-time transactions. They build pipelines for repeat customers. Their businesses might look totally boring from the outside, but they are incredibly bankable. When an average person looks at a business idea, they ask, what is the profit? But a millionaire looks at it and asks, how many times will this profit repeat? As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a vital question. The next time you're evaluating a business idea, a side hustle, or even an investment, I want you to stop and ask yourself, will this pay me once or will this pay me every single month? Seriously, using this one simple filter will help you eliminate like 90% of bad opportunities right out of the gate. True wealth isn't about the flash. It is all about the flow. Keep seeking out those boring but bankable systems, and you'll find the hidden wealth that most people just walk right past.